Rolling.
Okay. All right, let's talk about the Bimini and the Dodger. One of the nice things about Monet 2 is no matter what kind of weather you have, you can stay out here in the cockpit, eat, relax, read, do whatever you want. A lot of other boats, if a squall comes through, rain, etc., you are in trouble. You have to duck down below to stay dry. So, especially nice, you know, when you're not trying to have a nice comfortable meal in the evening out here in the cockpit and the squall comes through and you got to rush down below. No fun. Anyway, Monet 2's Bimini top and Dodger is not designed to be taken off and put back on during normal use. It's here permanent. So, but it does have some flaps or some panels that you can open and close. And let's talk about those. The most important one, the one that you'll be using the most, is the center panel here in the front, which simply, to open it up, you unzip it, and you hook on either side here. These hooks through the dot peg hole here. Now to bring it down, of course, it's easy enough. Just take that off. Excuse me. Sorry about that, Marcy. And zip it down. Now this is also what I recommend when you're eating out here and it's a little bit windy. You probably want to close the center flap, even though it might be a little bit warmer than you'd like. But if a breeze comes through and you've got your plates and your food and your drinks out here, there's a really good chance something's going to fly off the table. So it's a good idea to have it closed. Now you notice there are pegs up here, these dot pegs. Don't bother putting those in. You're going to be opening and closing this thing quite a few times during the day generally. And it stays watertight, waterproof without using those dot plugs or dot pegs. So don't worry about that. Now when you open it up again, you'll notice I've got little red lines on here. Don't open the zipper beyond that. The reason being, if you open it up all the way and the zipper comes out, it can be time consuming and difficult to get it back in the groove again. So, and then to just get it up, that's as simple as that. Now the side panels, we have two side panels. One over here, one over there. Rarely, when we're at anchor or on a mooring, do you need to put those down. Because generally, you are facing the wind and the squall comes straight on. You stay dry regardless. Sometimes, however, the squall can cause the boat to really move back and forth. In that case, you might want to put the panel down. But where it really comes in handy, or where you generally do put it down, is when you are sailing. And let's say we're on a starboard tack, and you see squalls coming from the starboard side, and you want to stay dry. So simply unhook this, unhook these straps, unsnap them, roll it down, zip it down, and the backside again, don't bother using these dot pegs because it's just a lot of work and it's just not necessary. So what I've got here are these, what do you call them again? What are these things called?
Bungee cords.
Bungee cords, yeah, thank you. And just put the bungee cord through there, wrap it around right here, and then just hook it to itself like that, and you're good. So you're sailing along, the squall comes, everybody in the cockpit's nice and dry, not a problem. When the squall's over and you want to get some air in here, then simply undo the stern part here. Secure the bungee cord back on the stern pulpit, and then rolling it up is a little bit of a trick, but once you get used to it, it's not such a big deal. But first thing, of course, you zip it back up, and once again, I've got the red lines. You don't want to go above that, and it's got to be a good tight wrap, and it's got to go straight. You don't want it to telescope, so you got to kind of keep your eye on it as you're rolling it up, making sure that you're getting a straight roll on it. I like to do the center one first. Just snaps in the back there. And you can go ahead and do the other two. And you're back in business. Okay. Now while we're up here, let's take a look here in the... Hey Debbie. Oh, I'd like to say, you know, we're on a charter right now, and these are my guests. They're kind enough to let me do this while we're in the middle of our... So anyway, these sunshades, you know, if you are in the Caribbean, almost always your stern is going to be facing the west. Sometimes as the sun gets down, it gets pretty hot, and you want some shade. You can bring these shades down and just climb here to the stern pulpit and get a little shade from the sun. So, and they're easy to roll down, as you can see, and put back. Not a problem. Now, this one. What's that? All right, now that we're looking back here, also we have a clothes lay back here. I recommend we have the shower, and we'll talk about those things later on. But over here is the shower on the starboard side. And if you hang towels or anything long, you want to try to hang it over here. Because if somebody's here trying to take a shower, and if towels or something else that's long is hanging down, it's going to be in the way. So you want to hang that stuff over there. All right, one more thing I'd like to talk about. And that is at night. Really, at night you have two options with respect to the center panel. If you leave it open at night, it gives a little extra air for the cabins back here with these windows open. And there's reasonable amount of rain protection by these panels here. Very, very rarely will rain come in here, or much rain will come in here with this open. A lot of people like to keep it open at night. If you do, you need to slide the gangway hatch closed. Otherwise, rain is going to come down the stairs and get in the engine compartment and so on and so forth. And if you do that, I've got a little warning system set up here where I guarantee you, if you close this hatch at night and you don't do this, somebody is going to hit their head on the hatch in the morning. So I've got this little yellow flag I put across the stairs, and then you can close that, and that will reduce the chances of somebody hitting their head. And I say reduce the chances because I have had somebody that came up and said, "What's this yellow flag?" Pushed it out of the way and smacked their head on the top of the gangway hatch. So those are your options. You can do this, or if you don't want to do that and you're cool enough, you can close the center panel, leave this open, and your choice. So that's it for the Dodger and Bimini top. What's that?
Do a 360.
Do a 360. Would you like to do a 360 there, Gary?
Say hi, Marcy.
You guys are going to be famous now.
Smile, Debbie.
Here's Debbie after a clean shave.
Not yet.
All right. Okay, that's it.